So, Skinner defined verbal behavior as behavior that is established and maintained by reinforcement and is mediated by another person. He defined nonverbal behavior as direct contact with the physical environment. For example, instead of saying water and receiving water, they go and get the water on their own without someone saying it and then presenting them with the water. The reinforcement is direct and not mediated. The only real feature of verbal behavior that sets it apart from nonverbal behavior is the nature of the reinforcement that establishes and maintains it. Skinner defined verbal behavior as behavior that is reinforced through the mediation of another person. A common example of this would be when someone says water and then someone hands them a glass of water. It would increase the person's tendency to say water whenever water would be reinforcing. The reinforcement is provided by someone providing the water. Skinner's analysis of verbal behavior differs from how others might consider it the behavior because it discusses mediation and the reinforcement of others or through the person themselves. Other people might say that verbal behavior is simply using words to communicate with others, or that nonverbal is just body language. Before I began studying ABA, I believed that nonverbal behavior was just body language, or using gestures to communicate. It can be a very confusing concept to someone without an ABA background. If I were to describe what verbal behavior was, I would say that it is a behavior between two people where one person might say cookie and then the other person hands that person the cookie. It might prompt the person who received the cookie to say cookie whenever they wanted one because they would believe it would reinforce that. By saying cookie to another person, they would get that. If I were to describe nonverbal behavior to someone, I would say that if someone wanted a slice of pizza, they would physically get up and go get the slice of pizza. They would do it themselves without getting anyone else involved. The person would be engaging with the physical environment without anyone prompting them or engaging with